Reviving communities.
The views expressed on this program do not necessarily represent those of Revive FM or its management.
سحر کا وقت تھا معصوم کلیاں مسکراتی تھی ہوائے خیر مقدم کے ترانے گنگناتی تھی ابھی جبریل بھی اترے نہ تھے کعبے کے منبر سے کہ اتنے میں صدا آئی ہے عبداللہ کے گھر سے مبارک ہو شہ ہر دو سرا تشریف لے آئے مبارک ہو محمد مصطفیٰ تشریف لے آئے مولا یا صلی وسلم دائما ابدا علی حبیبک خیری خلق کلہم محمد سید الکونین والثقلین محمد سید الکونین والثقلین والفریقین من عرب ومن عجم نہ کوئی آپ جیسا ہے نہ کوئی آپ جیسا تھا کوئی یوسف سے پوچھے مصطفیٰ کا حسن کیسا تھا زمین و آسماں میں کوئی بھی مثال نہ ملی مولا یا صلی وسلم دائما ابدا علی حبیبک خیری خلق کلہم درود ان پر سلام ان پر یہی کہنا خدا کا ہے خدا کے بعد جو ہے مرتبہ صلی اللہ کا ہے وہی سردار عالم ہے وہی غم خوار امت ہے وہی تو حشر کے میدان میں سب کی شفاعت ہے شفاعت کے لیے سب کی نظر ان پر لگی ہوگی مولا یا صلی وسلم دائما ابدا علی حبیبک خیری خلق کلہم سلام اس پر کہ جس نے بے کسوں کی دستگیری کی سلام اس پر کہ جس نے بادشاہی میں فقیری کی سلام اس پر کہ جس کے گھر نہ چاندی تھی نہ سونا تھا سلام اس پر کہ ٹوٹا بوریا جس کا بچھونا تھا سلام اے آمینہ کے لال اے محبوب سبحانی سلام اے فخر موجودات فخر نوع انسانی تیری صورت تیری سیرت تیرا نقشہ تیرا جلوہ تبسم گفتگو بندہ نوازی خلقت شانی تیرا در ہو میرا سر ہو میرا دل ہو تیرا گھر ہو تمنا مختصر سی ہے مگر تمہید طولانی مولا یا صلی وسلم دائما ابدا علی حبیبک خیری خلق کلہم
The views expressed on this program do not necessarily represent those of Revive FM or its management.
صلی علی نبینا صلی علی احمد یہ وہ نام ہے جو اگر بے ارادہ بھی منہ سے نکل جائے گا، راہ کے سنگ ریزے بکھر جائیں گے، اہل بے درد کا دل پگھل جائے گا۔ نام احمد یہ وہ نام ہے جو اگر بے ارادہ بھی منہ سے نکل جائے گا۔ کملی والے فقط کملی والے نہیں، ان پہ شیدا ہے یہ آسمان اور زمین، آسمان اور زمین۔ کملی والے فقط کملی والے نہیں، ان پہ شیدا ہے یہ آسمان اور زمین۔ ایک اشارے سے ایک اشارے سے ایک اشارے سے ایک اشارے سے سورج پلٹ آئے گا، پاؤں رکھے تو پتھر پگھل جائے گا۔ نام احمد نام احمد نام احمد نام احمد نام احمد یہ وہ نام ہے جو اگر بے ارادہ بھی منہ سے نکل جائے گا، راہ کے سنگ ریزے بکھر جائیں گے، اہل بے درد کا دل پگھل جائے گا۔ سدرۃ المنتہا پر جو پہنچے نبی، سر جھکا کر یہ جبریل کہنے لگے، سدرۃ المنتہا پر جو پہنچے نبی، سر جھکا کر یہ جبریل کہنے لگے، اے حبیب خدا اے حبیب خدا اے حبیب خدا اے حبیب خدا، اب سوا آپ کے اس سے آگے جو جائے گا جل جائے گا، راہ کے سنگ ریزے بکھر جائیں گے، اہل بے درد کا دل پگھل جائے گا۔ نام احمد یہ وہ نام ہے جو اگر بے ارادہ بھی منہ سے نکل جائے گا۔ صلی درد ان کا محبت کے بازار سے، اپنا دل اپنی جاں بیچ کر لے لیا، چاند سورج میرے بامدر ہو گئے، ان کے قدموں میں جس دن سے گھر لے لیا، میرا دل مصطفیٰ میرا غم مصطفیٰ، میرا دل مصطفیٰ، میرا غم مصطفیٰ، میرا سب کچھ خدا کی قسم مصطفیٰ، قبر کے واسطے حشر کے واسطے چاہیے تھا جو رکھ دے سفر لے لیا، آئے جب وہ تمناؤں کے گول میں، کائنات آ گئی میرے کشکول میں، ایک نظر بس انہیں دیکھنے کے لیے، ساری دنیا کا حسن نظر لے لیا، سلطنت سے بھی اعلیٰ گدائی ملی، ان کا قیدی ہوا تو رہائی ملی، رحمتوں کی سفارش سے تقدیر نے میرا ہر ایک جرم اپنے سر لے لیا. نام احمد یہ وہ نام ہے جو اگر بے ارادہ بھی منہ سے نکل جائے گا. راہ کے سنگ ریزے بکھر جائیں گے، اہل بے درد کا دل پگھل جائے گا. نام احمد یہ وہ نام ہے جو اگر بے ارادہ بھی منہ سے نکل جائے گا. مجھ کو دے دے خدا عشق کی انتہا.
اس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے ادا، کس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے ادا، جو کرم مجھ پہ میرے نبی کر دیا. میں سجاتا ہوں سرکار کی محفلیں، مجھ کو ہر غم سے رب نے بری کر دیا. اس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے ادا. ذکر سرکار کی ہے بڑی برکتیں، ذکر سرکار کی ہے بڑی برکتیں، مل گئی راحتیں عظمتیں رفعتیں، مل گئی راحتیں عظمتیں رفعتیں. میں گناہ گار تھا بے عمل تھا مگر، میں گناہ گار تھا بے عمل تھا مگر، مصطفیٰ نے مجھے جنتی کر دیا. اس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے ادا. لمحہ لمحہ ہے مجھ پر نبی کی عطا، لمحہ لمحہ ہے مجھ پر نبی کی عطا. دوستوں اور مانگوں میں مولا سے کیا، دوستوں اور مانگوں میں مولا سے کیا. کیا یہ کم ہے کہ میرے خدا نے مجھے، کیا یہ کم ہے کہ میرے خدا نے مجھے اپنے محبوب کا امتی کر دیا. اس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے ادا. جو درے مصطفیٰ کے گدا ہو گئے، جو درے مصطفیٰ کے گدا ہو گئے، دیکھتے دیکھتے کیا سے کیا ہو گئے، دیکھتے دیکھتے کیا سے کیا ہو گئے. ایسی چشمے کرم کی ہے سرکار نے، ایسی چشمے کرم کی ہے سرکار نے، دونوں عالم میں ان کو غنی کر دیا. اس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے ادا. جو بھی آئے ہیں محفل میں سرکار کی، جو بھی آئے ہیں محفل میں سرکار کی، حاضری مل گئی ان کو دربار کی، حاضری مل گئی ان کو دربار کی. کوئی صدیق فاروق عثمان ہوا، کوئی صدیق فاروق عثمان ہوا، اور کسی کو نبی نے علی کر دیا. اس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے کیسے ادا. کوئی مایوس لوٹا نہ دربار سے, کوئی مایوس لوٹا نہ دربار سے, جو بھی مانگا ملا میرے سرکار سے, جو بھی مانگا ملا میرے سرکار سے. صدقے جاؤں نیازی میں لجپال کے, صدقے جاؤں نیازی میں لجپال کے. ہر گدا کو سخی نے سخی کر دیا, اس کرم کا کروں شکر کیسے ادا. کرم ہو کرم تاجدار مدینہ, کرم ہو کرم تاجدار مدینہ. کرم چاہتے ہیں کرم کے بیکاری, شہنشاہ کونین طیبہ کے والی, شہنشاہ کونین طیبہ کے والی. میں قربان تم پر میری جان باری. حبیب خدا سا کیے حوض کوثر, حبیب خدا سا کیے حوض کوثر. خدا را غلاموں کے چشمے کرم ہو, خدا را غلاموں کے چشمے کرم ہو. ہمیں آج دے دو نواسوں کا صدقہ, ہمیں آج دے دو نواسوں کا صدقہ. کہ مدت سے خالی ہے جولی ہماری. کرم ہو کرم تاجدار مدینہ, کرم چاہتے ہیں کرم کے بیکاری. میرا دل بھی لبیک بولے کسی دن, میرا دل بھی لبیک بولے کسی دن. کبھی سبز گنبد کو دیکھوں میں جا کر, کبھی سبز گنبد کو دیکھوں میں جا کر. مجھے اپنے روضے پہ بلوا لو آقا, مجھے اپنے روضے پہ بلوا لو آقا. ہے سارے جہاں پر نگاہیں تمہاری. کرم ہو کرم تاجدار مدینہ, کرم چاہتے ہیں کرم کے بیکاری. مقدر جو جاگے تو اس طرح جاگے, مقدر جو جاگے تو اس طرح جاگے. مدینے میں جاؤں تو اس طرح جاؤں, مدینے میں جاؤں تو اس طرح جاؤں. درودوں کی سوغات ہو پاس میرے, درودوں کی سوغات ہو پاس میرے. محمد محمد لبوں پر ہو جاری. کرم ہو کرم تاجدار مدینہ, کرم چاہتے ہیں کرم کے بیکاری. ہے قرآن ساری کتابوں سے افضل, ہے قرآن ساری کتابوں سے افضل. خلش نے پڑھا ہے یہ قرآن میں آقا, خلش نے پڑھا ہے یہ قرآن میں آقا. سجایا گیا सिदरातुल मुंतहा को सजाया गया, सिदरातुल मुंतहा को फलक पे जो पहुंची सवारी तुम्हारी, करम हो करम ताजदारे मदीना, करम चाहते हैं करम के भिखारी।
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk. Alternatively, contact our sales team now on 079 44 56 5616. That's 079 44 56 5616.
Turkish Kitchen, the best Turkish food you'll ever taste. We only use the highest quality meat. Along with our mixed grill platters, we serve cold mezes, hot mezes, lahmacun, and a wide selection of fish options. To order for delivery or collection, call us now on 0208 507 8822. That's 0208 507 8822. Or visit us at 41 Ripple Road, Barking, IG11 7NT. We can also take group bookings and take care of all your party needs. The Turkish Kitchen, Barking.
Looking to get your finances in order? MR Accountants has you covered. We provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services. We ensure you're kept up to date with the latest legislation, and our client-focused approach helps us plan your business finances from savings to investments. We are MR Accountants. Visit our website at mraccountants.com or call us on 0203 432 9138.
मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन में आपका अतिया जिंदगी की उम्मीद, आपकी मदद से मुमकिन हुआ दुनिया भर में 30 लाख से ज्यादा खवातीन, बुजुर्गों और बच्चों तक साफ पानी की फ्राहमी, मुतासरा इलाकों में हंगामी इमदाद, यतीम और बेसहारा बच्चों की दादरसी। इस साल हम आपके ताउन से और आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं। अपनी ज़कात, सदकात और खैरात के जरिए इन मंसूबों का हिस्सा बनिए। अभी कॉल कीजिए 0300 3030 777 या हमारी वेबसाइट विजिट करें www.minhajwelfare.org.
Minhaj School of Islamic Sciences provides quality Islamic education for children aged between 5 and 15 years old. As well as teaching classical Islam including Tajweed, Fiqh, Seerah and Aqidah, we endeavour to equip children with essential Islamic manners, morals and values. Here at MSIS, our experienced teachers create an inspirational learning environment where we strive to cater for the needs of every child. For enrolment inquiries, inquire in person at Minhaj School of Islamic Sciences, Monday to Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. at 292-296 Romford Road, or email admin.edu_london@minhajuk.org.
Waris Food Store, the place to go for all your meat and groceries. We stock thousands of items from fresh fruit and veg to all your favourite Ramadan food products. Based at 420 Hoe Street in Walthamstow, we can deliver anything you need right to your doorstep. Just give us a call on 0208 521 0000. Waris Food Stores is now also available on Uber Eats.
Ahoy there, matey. So you want to be a pirate, do you? Well, guess what? You now can at Fairlock Country Park. Come and hire one of our fantastic new boats at the lake. Find us on the tube on the Central Line or drive down from East London. Fun for the whole family, har! You can row, pedal or even try kayaking. We're open on weekends, all school holidays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come on down and set sail at Fairlock Country Park.
Revive FM
94.0 on the radio,
on your mobile
and online.
Allah, 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 Allah. یا الہی ہر جگہ تیری عطا کا ساتھ ہو، یا الہی ہر جگہ تیری عطا کا ساتھ ہو، جب پڑے مشکل شے مشکل کشا کا ساتھ ہو۔ اللہ 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 یا رفیق یا رفیق یا یا اول یا آخر یا یا الہی بھول جاؤں نزع کی تکلیف کو، یا الہی بھول جاؤں نزع کی تکلیف کو، شادی دیدار حسن مصطفیٰ کا ساتھ ہو۔ اللہ 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 اللہ۔ یا الہی غور تیرا کی جبائے سخت رات، یا الہی غور تیرا کی جبائے سخت رات، اور کے پیارے منہ کی صبح جا فضا کا ساتھ ہو۔ اللہ 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 یا رفیق یا رفیق یا یا اول یا آخر یا یا الہی جب زبانیں باہر آئے پیاس سے، یا الہی جب زبانیں باہر آئے پیاس سے، صاحب کوثر شہ جود و عطا کا ساتھ ہو۔ اللہ 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 اللہ۔
Hello and good afternoon. This is the Mahtab Aziz Celebrity Lawyer show. We have with us Abas Ali Zada. There's some technical issues. He will be with us again in a few seconds. Abbas, are you there? Abbas, are you there? Hello, Abbas.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Are you there?
Yes, yes. Our connection is not the strongest. I can see you.
Let me check. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you. Yes, I can see, but it's not very clear. It's a bit blurry image.
Can you see now?
Yeah, I can. I think that's slightly better. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Right. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
Yes, we're all very well here. Obviously, we're probably all concerned about what's happening in Afghanistan. You are obviously in a place where there's a lot happening. And do you want to tell us what's the current situation in Afghanistan and in Kabul where you are?
The current situation, like the people are not happy with the Taliban since took over all Afghanistan, because the women and the youths, especially, they cannot do activity like before, and the women also stopped their activities. So the people are not happy. All the people is in distress. Everything is expensive here. So everybody is homeless, no food, no home. So this is the current situation in Afghanistan.
I mean, what would you say to some people who said that they actually welcome the Taliban? Is there any sort of section of society that actually welcome the Taliban?
The people who are welcoming the Taliban, so they are relatives of Taliban. So they are servant for the another government. So I don't want to talk about the politicals, but the Afghanistan is really not safe. So the people are in danger. So they are really afraid of that.
Right. I mean, obviously, we've all seen those images of people trying to desperately get out from Kabul airport, and some were even actually trying to cling on to airplanes that were about to take off. So that clearly suggests that a lot of people are very, very concerned and in a desperate sort of situation. I mean, what is a policy? I mean, are people thinking how are they going to try and oppose this? And is this something that the people can do to try and resist what the Taliban, or is that not possible?
Can you ask your question again, sir?
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, I mean, in this situation where people are, there's so much against what the Taliban is doing. Are the people themselves, are they going to actually try and do something, or will they just try and leave?
No, everybody is trying to do that. So since the Taliban took over Kabul, Kabul is the capital, so everybody is scared, and everybody left during war. In the another province, the people left their home, their everything, and came to Kabul. So in Kabul, the people doesn't have food, doesn't have house, nothing to do.
Right. If this is the situation, then surely the Taliban as a government will fail very quickly. I mean, if they really are creating this sort of situation on the ground, then surely the Taliban will not survive. How will they carry on governing a country where the structure of the country is no longer feasible, no longer able to function?
The Taliban, the Taliban announced their government last week. So in this government, so no woman has right, and this government, the people who work in the government is very less, not like before. That a lot of people putting on that. So there are very less people working with the government of Taliban.
Right. So, okay. So, I mean, in terms of obviously, you described how things are expensive, and a lot of people are made homeless, and so it's a very, very sort of a bad picture at the moment of what's happening in Afghanistan. Is there something that the people are able to do amongst themselves to try and get over this situation? Can the people help themselves to try and get over the situation?
The people almost I don't know how to explain you, but a lot of people in Afghanistan are homeless. A lot of people. So the people who had money before or who has money, so they can support themselves. They are trying to get out from this situation. So they are going to any border which near is in Afghanistan. So they want to try that. So, but most of the people don't have money to buy food, buy something for the when the people need it. So this is really painful, and this is really problem for us.
Right. I mean, the Americans have been there like for 20 years, and obviously, you know, they'd always be been saying that they've come to Afghanistan to try and help it to, be free of the Taliban rule and to become a better country. But what's your experience been of what the Americans have actually done in Afghanistan for the last 20 years? What have you seen yourself that's actually helped Afghanistan? Because it seems to me that is zero, because Afghanistan hasn't progressed since the situation that was there 20 years ago.
My experience, as my thought, in my mind, the American government came for a big business in Afghanistan. So they took all the jewelries like diamond, like silver, like gold. So they took all of these jewelries, American government. So now they see that there is no jewelries in Afghanistan, so they're going out, and they already do that.
Right. Well, yes, that is something I had heard previously a lot, and thank you for highlighting it, because it appears to me that there's absolutely no difference in Afghanistan. So since the time when the Americans first came in, and as you know yourself, Afghanistan has had one of the biggest resources in terms of gemstones and precious metals. Afghanistan is one of the biggest resources, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that in actual fact, this was one of the reasons, which many people have said this is one of the reasons why they actually came to Afghanistan in the first place. And the fact that there's been no progress in the situation of Afghanistan for the last 20 years, surely that points to the fact that they weren't really there to do what they said that they were going to do.
Can you ask your question again, sir?
Yeah, I'm just saying that what you just said there is it appears to make sense. It appears to make sense that the Americans came there with an intention to do something which actually was not what they sort of had told the world. They had told the world that we are here to stop the Taliban. We are here to improve the country. But in actual fact, there's a different reason. And you being in Afghanistan yourself, you just highlighted it yourself that really and truly it appears that the Americans had come to Afghanistan for their own benefit.
Yes, of course. Yes, the American government came for their own benefit. So they came for a big business, and they did their business very well. And during 20 years, a lot of people make their own life. So they work hard, they work a lot, and they earn a lot of money. So, but now this situation is like, everybody is like dizzy. They are going out, but they cannot leave. They are not safe. They're scaring from the situation now. Right. After when the American government left Afghanistan.
Yes, it's been over 4 weeks, or 5 or 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, and they've just abandoned the country to its plight. I mean, the other thing, of course, is that the Taliban. All this time, it appears that they were just ready to come back and take over. In terms of what this means for the different, because I know Taliban. So I know Afghanistan is composed of many different tribes and different communities, different ethnic makeups. Is the Taliban something that the other ethnic minorities they fear because the Taliban will effectively detain them or abuse their human rights? Is that a very big fear?
Yeah, of course, this is really big fear. The Taliban said yesterday they are going to marriage to the girls who are under the 20 years, under the 20. So this is they block our rights, especially the women, the girls. The girls cannot study. The girls and the women cannot go to the university. The girls and women cannot work in the community, in the social place. So this is the rights of a human. As a human being, I don't like this. I'm really sad with this situation. So I'm not free like before. I stopped all my activities since the Taliban took over Afghanistan. I don't do my gym. I don't go out. I'm locked down in house. I'm changing my location every day, every week. So I'm really scared with this decision. When you're locked in house, that's really difficult for a young.
Yes, no, I completely understand that, and of course, the one thing we've got to sort of clarify is that, I mean, at the moment there are a total of 7 countries in the world that are actually technically, designated Islamic republics. 7 such countries, and of those 7 countries, the Taliban is the only country where I believe they are trying to stop women from being educated. Now that clearly shows that this policy has got nothing to do with Islam, which they try and say that it does. But it appears, because if that was the case, then all those 7 countries would have the same policy. Now, what it appears to me is what's happening is that the Taliban are using this as a way of control, because if half of the population, say just by example, if half the population are women and they're not educated, they're easier to control, and therefore they're easier to bully into what they want. And this thing about not educating them has surely got nothing to do with Islam.
Of course, the Taliban use name of Islam in their policies. So Islam is not like that the Taliban like they are Muslim or they are doing like Islamic. So I don't accept that. So I don't accept that Islam. So because we study about Islam, we educated, we already studied about our religion, Islam. So they are using the name of Islam. They abuse the name of Islam, and they abuse the name of Islam and kill them like they are doing jihad. So that's not jihad.
Yes. Yeah. Mm. Right. Well, I'm just going to go on to your obviously interest in martial arts and acting. We're going to go on to that, but we're just going to have a short break. So please do stay with us. We'll have a short break. Then we're going to discuss your interest in martial arts and Bruce Lee. So just stay with us.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Waris Food Store, the place to go for all your meat and groceries. We stock thousands of items from fresh fruit and veg to all your favourite Ramadan food products. Based at 420 Hoe Street in Walthamstow, we can deliver anything you need right to your doorstep. Just give us a call on 0208 521 0000. Waris Food Stores is now also available on Uber Eats.
क्या आपको मालूम है कि नूरा जैसी बच्चियां पानी के लिए रोजाना 3 मील पैदल सफर तय करती हैं। मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन को यकीन है कि आप छोटे और बड़े पैमाने पर पानी के मंसूबे लगाकर इस बहरान को खत्म कर सकते हैं। आपके एहतियात दुनिया भर के पसमानदा लोगों का मेयार जिंदगी बेहतर बना रहे हैं, जबकि अभी बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है। पानी सबके लिए के प्रोजेक्ट में हमारी मदद कीजिए। आज ही अतिया कीजिए या हमारी वेबसाइट विजिट करें www.minhajwelfare.org.
Ahoy there, matey. So you want to be a pirate, do you? Well, guess what? You know, can Country Park. Come and hire one of our fantastic new boats at the lake. Find us on the tube on the Central Line or drive down from East London. Fun for the whole family, har! You can row, pedal, or even try kayaking. We're open on weekends, all school holidays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come on down and set sail at Fairlock Country Park.
Revive FM.
94.0. On the radio.
On your mobile.
And online.
And welcome back to the Mahtab
Yes.
Aziz, Celebrity Lawyer Show. And Abbas, you still with us
Yes,
in Afghanistan? Right. Before the break, just to recap, you were explaining the situation in Kabul, Afghanistan, which is very dire and very desperate. And you also mentioned possibly the reason why Afghanistan finds itself in the same position that it was 20 years ago, with hardly any improvement. The US had sort of globally declared that it was going into Afghanistan to stop Taliban, stop terrorism, and create a better society. It seems that none of that has happened, and the real reason, as being a person who's lived in Afghanistan, who knows Afghanistan society and who knows what's been happening, have suggested that the US came into Afghanistan entirely for its own beneficial interest, which included, getting out the natural resources of Afghanistan. This is a very disappointing revelation, but it surely has truth in it, because if that was not the case, then after 20 years and trillions of dollars of expenditure, you would have expected a big, massive improvement in the situation, which is sadly is not the case. So, okay, so now we will go on to your personal situation in terms of your interest in martial arts, your interest in acting, and obviously your knowledge and training in relation to what Bruce Lee himself did. Do you want to explain how did you first come into getting an interest in martial arts?
When I was 8 years old or 7 years old, for the first time I watched the Bruce Lee's movie on the TV. So from that time I got interested with martial arts, with Bruce Lee philosophy and his character. So from that time I start all my dreams, and I was hopeful for a great future for me. But unfortunately, in Afghanistan, it's really difficult to make a good career. This is really difficult. If I was in other countries, so maybe I already achieved all my dreams and made my career. So, but in Afghanistan, unfortunately, I lost a lot of things right now.
Right. But you've been to China yourself?
Yeah, I have been in China for not for too long. For like 1 week, I was in Beijing. So it was a festival about African youth festival. So I was participate in that show, and so that show there were around 25 countries. So I did a show, and all the people clapped for me in the show, and everybody encouraged me about my career and about my performance in the show.
Right, that's good. And but you have made you have made some you made some films, martial arts films yourself.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I made 4 martial arts that I was acting on that films. My first movie in Azerbaijan in 2017. The movie got released. The name of Bradley. So my second movie was with Bollywood companies, industry films, and also in 2019, before COVID-19, I was playing. I was acting on a movie. Like the name of the movie is Golden Bird. So it's going to release very soon. So it's now COVID. So after COVID, my movie will release soon.
Right, that's good to hear. And I believe there has been some interest by Hollywood.
Yes, of course. I got a contract with Hollywood last year in November. So we signed our contract. So I supposed to go to the Hollywood like 1 month before, but unfortunately, the Taliban took over all Afghanistan. So now the embassy is not working. So if the Taliban not coming, maybe I was going to United States and acting on the film.
Right. And what's your personal favorite Bruce Lee film?
Bruce Lee films, you mean?
Yeah. Well, what's your personal favorite of all of the 4 films that he made?
Oh.
What's your personal favorite?
All of his movies my favorite, but I love The Way of the Dragon.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And I mean, in terms of so you've not been training for, obviously you've not been had a chance to train properly since the Taliban took over.
Yeah, I was training. I was like training like 4 hours in a day, and I was playing guitar. I went to the class of guitar, so I was studying books. I was reading books. I went to the library sometimes to do my study. So, but now there's no activity right now. I don't have any activity. I'm locked down in house.
Right. I mean, and in terms of, so you mentioned that the Taliban would obviously they don't want women to they don't want women to go out, and they don't want them to study. I mean, do you personally know women in your neighborhood that were working before and not working anymore because of this new policy?
Yeah, of course. In our close family, the women were working before and they were studying before, but today they are all they are all locked down in house. They are not studying. Even my nephew was she was going to the art drawing, but since the Taliban took Kabul, she stopped her activity. She's at home and she's drawing and she's arting every time, but they cannot go out.
Right. I mean, what's your personal view of why it was so easy for the Taliban to take over and come back? What's your personal view on that?
It's the situation is and also the question. The situation is like political, so I don't want to put comment on political. So there was something between Taliban and the president of Afghanistan that he skipped all of it already. So I think, my opinion, the president Ashraf Ghani sold Afghanistan to Taliban. So this was a big deal for Mr. Ghani to left Afghanistan, and they gave all Afghanistan to Taliban.
Right. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we've run out of time. On this occasion. There was a bit of a technical problem at the beginning, but I think what we will do, Abbas, is hopefully have you back for a second time so we can discuss the things in more detail. But for today, thank you very much, and wish you.
You're welcome.
Wish you all the best, and
thank you.
We have you back on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. That's it for the Mahtab Aziz Celebrity Lawyer Show on Revive FM 94.0. Have a good day.
ये आयशा है। ये बहुत छोटी सी थी जब इसके वालिद का एक हादसे में इंतकाल हो गया। वो अपनी माँ और छोटे बहन भाइयों के साथ रहती है।